worse. Joining me now, California Republican Congressman and House Judiciary Committee's ranking member on the subcommittee for immigration and citizenship. Tom McClintock is back. Welcome back, Congressman.
Well, thank you, Kennedy.
So you were just at the border. Tell me what you saw.
I was stunned. I was shaken. It was the most disturbing tour I've ever taken as a member of Congress. What we saw was literally hundreds of illegal aliens crossing the border with impunity, turning themselves into the Border Patrol. The Border Patrol processes them. Every person who claims they're under 18 is admitted to our country. Family groups, that's any group that has a child in their company. If the child's under 7, they're automatically admitted to the country. The reason why you're seeing all these children being dragged on this 2,000-mile trail of terror is because it works. They're being admitted. 2 nights ago, we saw a large group of illegals who just turned themselves in, and the Border Patrol agent told me they're being taken directly from the intake station right to transportation hubs because they were simply overwhelmed.
And Customs and Border Patrol agents have a saying, our border is your border, because, you know, these aren't people who are just lingering in border towns. Like you said, they are getting on trains and now planes. Some of them are COVID positive, and they're going all across the country because the situation is confusing, and confusion only compounds surges like this, and there really is no end in sight. So you have kids in these facilities like the center in San Antonio, where there are 1,300 kids being held right now. If the Biden administration were going to do something to ease the pressure, wouldn't they send a bunch of judges down there to help process people?
Well, the point is that the Trump administration had the border completely under control. It was when Joe Biden came in and said, we're not going to be deporting any illegal aliens. We're going to stop building the border wall, and we're going to end the Remain in Mexico policy. That changed everything. I mean, the numbers are stunning. The week of the election last year, 100 family units illegally crossed the border in that week. By the inauguration, the weekly number had increased to 1,100, and it reached 15,000 the week ending March 24th. So Trump had the border under control. Biden issued an open invitation, both by his words and his policies, and that's what's overwhelming our facilities and causing this humanitarian crisis with these helpless little children being dragged from their homes 2,000 miles away. There's a reason for it. It works. It gets them in.
It does get them in, and these coyotes, the smugglers, they're making millions of dollars. I mean, they're making so much money off of poor families who are risking everything to get their kids in, because, you know, once they get their kids in, the families can logically follow behind. So, with your Democrat colleagues, what have you found in common that you could tackle legislatively? Because, you know, for better or for worse, it is on your shoulders now. We can't keep going back and forth this immigration football between successive administrations. Congress has to do something. So what are you willing to do with Democrats now?
Well, I think it has to be a complete package. You've got to restore control of the border. I mean, for example, the DACA kids, the people who were brought here as children through no fault of their own and grew up here. We've got to do something to legalize them, but we cannot do that until we've secured the border. Otherwise, we're simply encouraging this new generation that will be demanding legalization and a pathway to citizenship. So you've got to do it as one package. We were very close to doing that 3 years ago. In the 115th Congress, we came within just a few votes of passing a comprehensive package. It included E-Verify to assure that illegals are not cramming out Americans trying to earn a living. It also legalized the DACA participants. That, I think, is the path that we have to take. But I have to tell you, Kennedy, I have seen no interest from the Democrats in making any kind of compromises like that, with the exception of a few Democrats representing border districts that are being overwhelmed
No.
I've not seen any interest in that.
And that's, and you have people like Henry Cuellar. He was the first in Congress to release pictures of some of these juvenile detention facilities, and they're awful. And he's troubled by it. And I realize that you are from California, a border state. You have seen the border many times. So hopefully you can all get together and convince everyone else that you have to do something. Thank you so much, Congressman McClintock. I appreciate it.
My pleasure, Kennedy. Thanks for having me.
All right. Well,